Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back with me and Leland. We are back. And today we have a topic that I know so many people are struggling with or we're having joy with as well, but which is money. And let's start, Leland, with something I heard from kind of the outside noise that breathwork and money mindset work, it was like breathwork wasn't the answer, or like you said something to me just before
Yeah,
substantial.
like breath work isn't a vehicle that can help you attain this thing, right?
Yeah,
Which is so opposite of the truth. My God,
yeah,
it's breath work controls everything, as we've
mm,
talked about in the past
yeah,
on some of our episodes. But yeah, breath work controls everything. It controls your nervous system, your CEO of the experience of your life. So of
yeah.
course breath work can help you open that space.
And I would actually like for you to share a little bit about your journey, um in terms of money, and before, like, we go back in time, and your nervous system, like
Yeah.
where you were at before. Have you had money struggles before, limiting beliefs or like lack mindset before about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. So grew up in, for those who have watched our previous conversations, grew up in a military family. So of course that means we did not have money. you're not rich if you're in the military. So yeah, I didn't grow up with money. So I grew up with all the mindsets everybody else was gifted by their parents. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Mm,
Only rich assholes have it.
mm,
Like if you've got a lot of money, you probably did something and took advantage of a lot of people to get it. Like all these negative programs that were built around it. So when I'm working with my clients, I remind them of my journey that we're about to dive into, because there's one thing above all else that I failed to realize way back in the day
yeah.
that I think everybody else is tripping over as well. Like if you don't have space for it in your nervous system, it doesn't matter what it is, money, peace, whatever you're looking to have more of in your life. If you don't have space in your nervous system for it, it's not going to make itself evident, or you're going to get it and it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, for me, I grew up without it. So I found, as you can imagine, after the military,
Mm,
I found every possible way to make it. Like I became an entrepreneur right out of the military. And,
mm,
I set this, I'm never going to deal with that, what I dealt with as a kid. My kids are never going to experience that type of thing. So I went out like everybody does,
mm,
chasing the money.
mm,
And lo and behold, I did pretty well. I started
mm,
a pest control company in Las Vegas that blew up. And so I
yeah.
experienced the millions in the bank account,
Yeah.
had net worth just over 6.7 by the end of 2007. So I got everything I thought I wanted, right?
Mm,
But again, I still had all those programs. I
yeah.
still had this want, this just throbbing want for more, right?
Mm,
Which somebody listening might have that going on right now. Maybe you
yeah.
only have $200 in your bank account, or you're in the hole right now because you're paying bills or whatever else. And the one thing I've recognized over all of it is that incessant want is perpetual lack.
Mm,
So even when you get it, like I had it, it's not
mm,
enough. You need more.
mm,
And since you don't have space for that thing, what do you know? It's probably going to leave just as quickly as it came. And that was my experience. Anybody remember 2008? Oh God, like that was wow. Within 12 hours, I watched my $6.7 million net worth literally dissolve in front of my eyes. Real estate investments, all these things that we had. And it was
yeah.
just like, what the hell just happened right
Yeah.
now? Like, what just happened? So I've been on both sides,
Yeah.
and it's given me a lot of introspection on why it came so quickly, and then of course why it left so quickly as well.
Yeah.
Which is where I think we found ourselves talking the other day. Like, you may think you want the millions right now. I promise you, you don't want the millions. And that's the thing, is right now, the best thing you can do for yourself is conceptualize the things that you want. You think it's more money. It's not. You want more freedom. You want more time. You want more peace.
Voices.
Yes. Yes. You want more control over the direction of your life. That's what you're looking for, because that's what the money creates.
Yeah.
So if you can start there, and I know this is why people say things like the breathwork can't help you get there, because we think it has to be something complex and huge, and there's just this system that's built around it. Yes, and it's so simple. You just have to really connect with what you truly want to create in your life.
Yeah.
And the rest will handle itself, I promise.
And did you feel back then in Las Vegas, like, did you feel when you received the money, was there kind of a that you didn't feel fulfilled, like a void, something within that was
huge
like,
void? Yeah, huge void. Because when you find yourself in that want is very different from desire. You can desire something, and that's an inkling or even a vibrational feeling towards, wanting to experience something. And then a want is a recognition of something you don't have, automatically creating lack inside of your mindset. And then wanting that thing it's kind of like a negative magnet, and you're trying to catch the other negative magnet. Like, you just keep pushing it further and further away from yourself. So even in those positions, like me, where you get all of the money, it's never going to be enough in that mindset. It will never fulfill you. So even though I had all of those things, the boat, the cars, the big house, had all the things I thought I wanted, but I needed more. I wasn't fulfilled. It wasn't enough.
Do you remember back then, were you surrounding yourself with people that kind of was on the same vibration of energy?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because we all do that. It's called confirmation bias. We all operate from this egoic confirmation bias type program, where as long as the people around me prove that what I'm doing or what I'm thinking and feeling is right, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Love this. And I wanted to bring that up because I think a lot of people out there listening to this can also relate, because I've had several, of course, conversations lately about I had it all, but it was never enough. And I was scared to lose it. Or these are women talking as well. I was scared of losing it. I felt that I was chasing more and so on. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy.
And there's the other end of the scale too. You may get it and it's enough, but now you're afraid it's going to go smash. When's the ride going to be over? Oh no, I could lose it all.
Because I was the type of self-sabotaging. So when I received a big amount at once, I started to, even if there were things like, clothes and stuff for me and the children I need, like that was necessary to buy. But it was like, I didn't make a plan.
Right.
Yeah. And then
that's a fair point to make. It's a real fair point to make. And it mirrors mine too. Because when I think about it, the reason I wasn't fulfilled is once I got it, right? And this is most likely anybody that's listening, the same position they're coming from. You want the money because you're thinking about the boat, the car, the thing that you don't have that you want. And trust me, I got it all, right? Just like you, I got it all, and I got it real fast. And then I got all of these things that I told myself were assets, and they were not assets. They were all liabilities. I bought a boat, I bought multiple cars, I bought a house. And you think to yourself, well, it's an investment. No, that is a liability, sir. That is not an asset that's going to appreciate over time. Even the home that I looked at as an asset was not an asset. It was a big vacuumous black hole taking multiple payments, interest rates, all these things. Same thing with the car, like immediately 50% devalued the moment I drove it off the lot, and I've got all this interest. So I have all this money, I have the big house, I have all the toys and all these other things. And what did that create for me? More problems, because now I got multiple payments and I'm literally leveraging my way to happiness. It was madness. It was sheer madness, which is why you don't feel fulfilled.
And I like what you were talking about now, like liabilities and assets. Let's go a little bit into that.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't think, if I think about people in Sweden generally, of course speaking, many people don't save up or don't have any buffer. Do you say buffer? Yeah.
Yeah, buffer's a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they're taking, this kind of quick loan, whatever, credits, to keep up with the lifestyle. And then they have to work and work and work and work and work. And this was something I was, because I grew up in an area that is a lot of rich people. And I was like, why isn't people out in this nice weather Sunday? And I was dreaming of living in these houses.
Yeah.
We go back like 15 years back. And then it hit me. They're working. They're doing stuff to keep, keep everything.
Yeah, you got to keep the lifestyle rolling. You can't, you can't get it and just enjoy it. You have to get it and then keep it.
Yeah. So what's your take on what is assets for you and liabilities?
When you look at it, a true asset is something that's going to appreciate. And that can be something in the physical sense, the liquid sense that we think of, right? A stock or a bond or something of that nature, or precious metals or whatever else, real estate, land. I'm not talking about houses. Houses themselves, again, that's just a vacuumous black hole of constant maintenance, blah, blah, blah. That right there is actually for those who think that their house is an asset. Unless you've got it built into a trust or something like that, it's a liability. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what side of the tracks you come from. A house is a liability. It's something that's going to constantly take maintenance to upkeep. Assets, true assets, whether it's energetic or physical in the sense like we've talked about, commodities or precious metals or whatever else, it's something that appreciates, right? It's something that's going to continue. Even when you look at the stock market, even though you see all of those dips, look at it over a 30-year fixed point. It is a constant elevation, even after the dips. It's always appreciating. So that's the big difference. When you buy a car, that is not a freaking asset. Oh my God. As soon as you drive it off the lot, 50%.
Yeah, exactly.
50% of its value is the moment the tires hit the road.
Yeah.
And now you've got all this interest on top of the thing that has now increased its, cost by almost 58 to 60%. It's that. And that's my point to a lot of my clients that I work with. I don't just help people rewire their nervous system on the facilitator and mentor side. I help them start a coaching business. I help them get started in using all this experience that I had. And it's the reason I tell them they have to have space in their nervous system for these things to enter. Because I guarantee you, if you are looking to make more money and it's an incessant need because you don't like your situation right now, you're most likely thinking of the wrong metrics, the thing, the house, the land. If I had this, I'd be happy. If I had this, it would make my life more valuable. And that right there is proof that when it comes, you might not notice it. You might not see it for what it is. And you might not feel fulfilled because then you're going to replace that getting of the thing with a fear of losing it. And that's all based on your nervous system. If you don't have space inside of your nervous system to be calm and collected and coherent, then of course it's always going to be some sort of volatile situation or thought. that incessant lack, like we
Yeah,
talked
I
about.
had, it's not enough. That came
Exactly.
in like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
And I had longed for it, and it was there. And I was like, but this is not enough.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Instead of like, yeah, let's celebrate this.
There you go. There it is right there. And
Mhm.
there's the caveat. If
Yeah.
you had the space, if you created the space like you and I have in our nervous systems now, the moment you get it, you're
Exactly.
probably going to spend the first few hours just celebrating the fact you
Yeah.
got it, being
I would
thankful.
call you.
Yeah, I bet you would. Yeah. I'm same. Yeah, you'd be grateful that it came. You'd send out messages like, oh, this thing. That, to your point, is the space in your nervous system to appreciate even a small thing.
Yes.
That one thing that you've been looking to create and manifest. And once it enters into your life, you feel fulfillment and joy and awareness around the fact of gratitude for this thing finally being experienced that you've created for yourself. So yeah, until you create that space, you can't truly have the thing you think you want right now. And it's not the money, as we've talked about. It is not the money. It is
never
the
about
freedom, the time, and the control over the direction that you want to go that the money brings that you're looking for. Fix that message, fix that energetic seeking and desire, and I promise you, things, they may not be perfect, they may not be on the scale you're thinking about, but you might find yourself in a situation like I have right now where you can just kind of autopilot your life.
And I mean, I would also like to see it as responsibility, the same kind of way that I take responsibility when it comes to relationships. So for me now, something I really decided for years and years and years was this healthy, fun relationships where I could just be myself. And now I have you in my life. I have some other people's. You introduced me to your friend Bill like 2 days ago or something, and it was a match immediately. And I felt, and we talked about it, him and I, and we have talked about it as well. Like I feel rich.
Yeah.
I have like longed for this as well, outside of myself, like done all of this, searching outside of myself and all of that. But right now, when I went for a walk before we have this conversation, I was like, I feel so fucking happy and rich. And I've been longing for these relationships. Would you say that is also part of like money,
On the head, like on the nose, nail on the head. It's your relationship. It is your relationship to the vibration that you're putting out, to the thing that you think you want. And now you and I have finally gathered, that awareness to recognize, oh, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
The other thing is just like a happenstance. The money coming, I promise you, the money in your bank account is just a reaction or a response to the relationship that you have created with fulfillment, joy, and in the moment awareness. And then people like us start to flow into your life. And then all of a sudden you start to know more fulfillment, more, awareness around this knowing that for some reason we thought we were absent of or didn't have for so long. It was there the whole time. It's like, oh, I just had to be me, own it, and like other people would come into my life. Oh shit. Why didn't I know this before?
I know. And it's also something that hit me today even more, even if I, it, but then it's like, it's the victim mindset. And you have known me for a couple of months, but I've been in the victim since, like, in the survival with money as well. And everyone listening, most of you have heard my story, so I'm not going to share that now. But for me, it is this, like, when I feel now more and more I take responsibility, I feel calm in my nervous system, all of this, and I feel happy. It's yeah, it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. Yeah. I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah.
Inevitable. Oh my God. So, okay, let's go into some breath work then. Like, if you could really simple
Yeah.
explain what's actually going on then with
Yeah.
the expansion of the nervous system, soften or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a really effective and easy technique. If anybody goes onto my YouTube and just look up 60 seconds to freedom, literally per its name, it will take you a minute or less, 45 to 60 seconds to do this one little technique. And this one little technique has really helped me perpetually over the years, because you can use it to reprogram your nervous system, the thought patterns that are automatic. These are all parts of your default mode network, okay? These are parts of your medial prefrontal cortex and cingulate gyrus and all of these different aspects of your brain that basically, for those that don't know conceptually what the DMN or default mode network is, it's the part of you that's your ego. It tells you you're separate, you're broken, you don't have, you need, you want. That's the part, that's your default mode network. And the only way that that comes on board is most of the time, it's when you're not in motion, when you're sitting and moping and you're just in that space and you're very still and the body isn't moving and the decision-making processes don't have to be super active in the moment. What happens? Internal voice comes on, right? You're not doing enough. You suck. You're not even trying. All of those things that come on board, and you can literally in 45 to 60 seconds shift that for yourself. It's basically, when you think of neuroscience and breath work, it's like turning the knob on a radio.
Kind of the switch.
Yeah, exactly. So you're modulating, right? Like, anybody remember those old analog radios? Like, you turn it this way and you and there's the static. You can hear the radio station, but there's a lot of static. And what do you have to do? You have to modulate it a little bit. And then next thing you know, things become clear. That's noise versus signal. So the default mode network will create all of this noise. You suck. You'll never be good enough. You can't get the, see, told you you'd fuck it up. All these different things that come from the default mode network can be silenced or at least minimized. So that way, in the moment, all you have to do for yourself when you're thinking about the things that you want, whether it's money, whatever it is, give yourself that 45 to 60 seconds. Notice the program coming up. Just notice it. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't whap yourself over the head like we all usually do. Like, oh, it reminds me of Monty Python, those monks that were just constantly beating their head into the stone. Like, don't do that. Just notice the program popping up, the want, the incessant need for something, the judgment over self. 45 to 60 seconds, shift your breath work. And then all of a sudden, again, you're modulating that tuning signal of your brain, which is a receiver and a transmitter. And you can literally silence down a lot of that noise so that your original coherent signal, the heart to brain function that works, 90% of the signals go this way, that all can come in and give you in the moment. Because if you've ever truly thought of something that you want, what does it create in you right away? You immediately think of something that you want and you're like, you get anxious or you get excited, which are just two different energetic or vibrational experiences. Excitement and anxiety are pretty much the same energy. It's just different package, negative and positive experience, right? So when you feel that, give yourself the moment to shift that. That's how you reprogram your nervous system. Anybody that thinks you're going to get in to meditation, enlightenment journey, or whatever else, and you're going to find everything in that still calm moment, you're missing it. You ain't never going to find it. You're going to spend years looking for it in those silent spaces. The true changes happen when you allow the chaos to be the chaos, which is just pure potential, pure possibility, and you sit back instead of trying to be the director of the movie. Just let the movie take hold, shift your breath, and watch that energetic shift inside of you. And you'll remove that emotional charge, right? And then you can think of the things that you want from a different lens. And that's the start of reprogramming your want into desire. Because then you can desire the things you truly want when you sit in those moments, right? Those moments are what taught me, oh, I didn't want the money. I wanted the freedom of my own time. I wanted freedom of choice to do what I wanted to do instead of work 50 hours a week or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And I also wanted to add that there's a lot of materialistic things I also desire, but it have to come from the right energy.
Exactly. Yeah. And
so there's no right or wrongs,
Yeah, and you're smart enough. We've talked about this. You are in the same mindset that I am. You can still desire that thing, but also know that its priority is way down the list, because what's going to bring that thing to you are the relationships, the connections, the clients that you help, and the people you help elevate their experience. The more you do that, the more that thing that you truly want or desire is just going to flow right into your life. Because
and this is also something like that we talked about most probably in another episode as well. But what was I going to say now? That wait.
Was it along helping other people get what they want?
Yeah, wait, exactly. Like what kind of value can you actually give to others? Because this one, the needy energy, and I've been in needy lack of with money a lot. So it's coming from my experience and my truth as well. I could sense it, but it was already too late. And that's fine, because then I can redo it, it's not that. But it can be so subtle. If it comes from any place of need, the other person or persons will feel it.
Yep.
It's kind of like,
yeah, it is. There's that negative magnet trying to catch the other negative magnet. Like the closer you push to it, the further it keeps pushing it away type of situation. And I love the mindset that you have, and that's why you and me and Bill, we all, continue to come together, because it's the recognition that Zig Ziglar said it best. And then Jim Rohn, one of my other favorites, also said it. If you want to get everything you want in this life, help everyone else get what they want. It's that simple. It really is. I can focus on, I must do this thing over and over and over, or I must sell this product this many times to get all these things that I want, or I can just help a shit ton of people get everything they want, and I get everything I want, because now I've helped elevate the experience of others. I've focused on purpose over profit, and what do you know? Profits will inevitably follow when you do these other things, instead of the mindset, like you said, that we've all had. I mean, I've had it in the past. I've even had it in the recent past. These are all just learning lessons now. Like, oh, there was that misaligned program of mine that I got to do this thing to get what I want. Well, partially true, but instead of thinking of what can I do, how about you just focus on being who you are, let that authentic you be you, help other people find their authentic you.
Exactly.
And what do you know? Now you're compounding consciousness. Like, this is amazing.
And that is fulfilling. If something,
absolutely,
to see a client go from doubt and being where I've been, and then
that's what I do with my coaches and my mentors and my therapists and people that are already entrepreneurs, is there's so much focus on this invisible thing that we call money. And if we can just take our focus to realizing that we have taken an invisible force that we have now made a paper representation or metallic representation of, and we've given that thing all of our power and all of our want, But then we fail to remember that that same invisible energy is within us, and that same power is us. And if we can then shift a lot of that verbiage, then we'll realize, oh, I'm not just looking to compound interest on my dollar in the bank. I'm looking to compound consciousness. And the more you focus on compounding consciousness, your focus moves from these physical representations of I've made it to these more fulfilling relationships and energetic reminders of other people's ahas, and you getting to celebrate like the moment. Holy shit, Jaya, you did this thing. That's epic. Then you get this compounding of consciousness where you're not just getting what you want, you're getting to experience the joy in other people's lives as well. And all the high fives and high tens that you get to give each other, because holy shit, look, we're all doing this together.
Yes. And I emphasize on it all the time, but the small micro shifts every day, the celebrations. It could be like one thought, that realization, and oh, I didn't buy into that. I actually was like breathing it out or whatever. But I'm constantly on my with my soul family, like, oh, I'm going to celebrate this. What are you celebrating?
Right.
And everybody just keep the energy of, I mean, we are doing it as well. Like I think it's worth so much, and it takes so little time, but it's still, I feel that I still decide to practice it, like all the time.
It's a in the moment awareness, right? Like if there's one rule I run my life by, it is to be in the ever present now. It is just constant. So if I can just be in this perpetual awareness, in this state of being open and recognizing things for what they are, then I create more space in my life, because I'm not blocking these things out. Oh, it's got to look like that. If it doesn't look like that, feel like that, or experience like this, then it's not the thing I'm looking for. Because sometimes things, people, whatever else, they come to you in different ways. And when you slow down for a moment, you might go, oh, that's where it is. Okay, I just thought it was going to look different. It just has a different bow on it, basically. So you create this space for yourself where you recognize things for exactly what they are. You let yourself slow down, and to your point, you recognize that the micro wins. Every journey of 1,000 miles is started with one step, and then those 1,000 miles are just a compounding of each and every step that you take. So I mean, one of the best analogies that I can think of is, if you take a baseball team that focuses on only hitting home runs and put them against a baseball team that just focuses on base hits, 99 times out of 100, the team that is focusing on just base hits every time is going to win, because there's a higher percentage of gaining these small wins than there is of trying to hit the bullseye 1,000 miles away. Like, you can focus on hitting home runs all you want, and jumping up to the top of the mountain, or somehow elevating yourself to the top of the staircase, or you can take one stair at a time, one step at a time on the journey up the mountain. Give yourself one small win, and then another one, and then another one. And what do you know? Now you're energetically creating this momentum for yourself, where you're just going to keep on experiencing more wins.
So would you then say, the last thing, that the people you surround yourself with is actually going to not say make you, but you're the one creating, but together kind of creating the whatever wealth and richness and money and cash flow, whatever it is for you, but listening. But would you say that's important?
Neuroscience actually proves what I like to, and it's not mine. Again, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, all these guys, they've talked about the rule of 5. You are the 5 people that you hang around the most often. And neuroscience proves that. Why? Because we don't just have normal, regular synaptic neurons. We have these things called mirror neurons all throughout our brain, all throughout our body, right? If I watch you, if I listen to you, if I'm interpreting something you're doing, saying, or experiencing, I'm experiencing it too. My brain is recording what you're saying as if it's me saying it. Your brain doesn't have a third person filter. So if Jaya says, I'm not enough, I'm just shit, and I can't ever do anything, and I never get it right, Leland then thinks, well, I'm not enough, I'm shit, and I can never get this right. Because what you have around you, what information you take in, what you receive is what you're going to transmit. So though, for those folks that are like, yeah, but I've known these people forever, and my family's been my family for so long, and I'm strong enough to not let their programs affect mine. Impossible. I'm sorry. If you're hearing them, if you're experiencing their negative energy, if you're inside of their bubble, your brain and your body is recording their mannerisms, their negativity. It's recording all of their program as if it's yours. So even if you're someone like you and I, you're still going to have this background, yeah, but you suck, in the background type of thing, because now you got somebody else's negative energy still traveling along with you, because your mirror neurons have recorded it just like you said it, did it, or thought it.
Love that. Yeah. And I also want to add to something there, that it can also, if you're conscious enough, you can switch, how can you say, shift it yourself with exactly what we are talking about.
Sure.
Like if I can stand in my like grounded energy and not be influenced, I would say.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot. Like
it takes a lot of awareness and intention. And that's like the number one. That's the number.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it out loud.
Absolutely. And that's like the number one superpower for us. It's called metacognition. Not just thinking about the things that you are wanting to do, but thinking about your thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that thought. Let me pause about that. That's metacognition. That's you thinking about the way you're thinking. And that's truly how you activate your superpowers.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to wrap up, but is there anything else? Okay, I actually have a question about the breathwork you were talking about, your fire, you say 60
seconds to freedom.
To freedom. Is there any way, do you have it not only on YouTube? Because sometimes I would like to listen, but I don't have access all the time to YouTube. Do you have it somewhere else? No.
So I believe if you go on my website, there's a way to have it emailed to you as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can have it emailed to you as well. If you go on there, you'll see it like right at the top of the website at thewillfulwarrior.com. And for you all and for you, if you have YouTube, you can go to that. And then if you click on the little, settings, the 3 dots or whatever else, you can actually make that available offline. So you can you'll see a little download arrow with a line underneath it.
Yeah.
If you hit that, YouTube downloads it. It's not on your phone, but it's downloaded offline on your phone. So you can actually use, as long as you're on your Wi-Fi, you can download that inside of your YouTube, and it makes it available while you're offline.
Okay. I have to check it. But I'm going to email as well, because I've done it a lot, and I think it's brilliant. But I love your breathwork. I mean,
thank you.
It's insanely good. And I will have the links for all of you as well to all of the, how to contact you, but also really to not say that you're going to do the breathwork, like do the breathwork. Actually create space to do it. That's coming from me. So thank you, Leland, for this time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yep. And thank you, everyone listening, and share this episode and subscribe. And we love questions. So, yeah.